Hey, what is up, everybody? Long time no see. Well, I guess technically long time no hear since. Well, actually, I don't know really. I guess it'd be a long time no see for you, but I can't really see you guys. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to start off. Long time no see. I guess I'll just say. I haven't really been making videos at all. Really, I just kind of been slacked off on it. But I don't know, I just felt like, I just got back from a hangout, and we were talking about YouTube all day, and other things like that, so I felt like making a video. I don't know really what made me feel like making a video, too, all of a sudden. I just kind of feel like it. I don't really know. I haven't really, been keeping up too much up to date with anything. I haven't kept up too much up to date with wrestling. I haven't kept up to date with, Walking Dead. I haven't kept up to date with Breaking Bad. I haven't kept up to date with Family Guy. Well, that I'm up to date on, but I haven't reviewed it. I haven't reviewed my SpongeBob DVDs at all. It's just kind of like, fuck. I haven't really. I've been kind of like a social outcast, kind of. I haven't really just. I don't even know what happened really. I used to be so passionate about making videos all the time. I tried to make a video for you guys like all the time, and I just haven't really done it at all. It's just kind of, I don't know really what happened, I just kind of one day just didn't have the passion for it anymore, and because I felt like I didn't have the passion for it. I would try to make videos about wrestling. I would try to make videos about other things, and I just wasn't feeling it, I didn't really give a shit. I wasn't taking notes. I would wait till like the last minute to make a video about like Monday Night Raw or something like that, and I just really wasn't feeling making videos anymore. So I kind of feel bad in a way too, because I think I went through some drama that happened that I'm not really gonna get into. Maybe one day I'll talk about it, but I went through some drama that happened that kind of made me depressed all the time. I really wasn't myself. I think too, just like, I just ran out of time school-wise because I was doing all my schoolwork, and I guess, I had been doing YouTube videos, I believe, since like 2012, and I was making videos all the time, and I kind of needed a break from doing that because I wanted to try to do something else. I mean, you could kind of tell I wasn't giving a shit because I was answering text messages as I was making a video. That kind of shows how much I really didn't give a shit anymore. That was just that, the fact that I was answering text messages while making a video kind of says something right there. I think that's pretty sad. So I'm going to try to, like, get back on the loop of making YouTube videos again, and I think, too, because I was supposed to, like, go to North Carolina, like, in August. And I wasn't making videos already enough as it is anyways. I was supposed to go to North Carolina, which I don't think is gonna happen now. So I didn't want to like come back and then be gone again, and then I'm going to Florida next week. So I'm gonna be gone again anyways. So I didn't want to like come back and say I'm gonna do all this stuff and then not deliver on it, just be gone again. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been saying I'm going to review this show, I'm going to review this show, and it just never ends up happening because I just never get around to it. So, I'm not even going to make an announcement about it anymore. I'm just going to make videos about, and I won't really tell you what they're going to be about. This video is just going to be, obviously, since it's on the Wrestling Fortune 44 channel, it's going to just be dedicated to wrestling. I'm just going to talk about the stuff kind of going on in wrestling. I'm going to review Extreme Rules in this video, and then I'll probably, so it's going to be called My Thoughts on, you can see the title anyways, but it's going to be called My Thoughts on WWE and WWE Extreme Rules. I think 2016 review, I don't even know what year it is, but, I don't even know where to begin, because I have been completely out of the loop with wrestling. I boycotted the show. I don't know why I did, really. I was kind of, like, not really interested in the product as much anymore. I think, I was kind of feeling that way ever since, last in the fall of 2015, I kind of was just like, I don't give a shit. I don't really give a shit about this product. I wasn't watching Raw anymore live. I was barely keeping up to date with SmackDown, and then I kind of just stopped watching SmackDown altogether. I wasn't. And then I just kind of like after the only thing that was keeping me watching was that I was going to WrestleMania, and I just kind of fully stopped then. I don't know really why I stopped watching wrestling. I think because like they have this insist of pushing Roman Reigns, which I don't completely hate Roman Reigns. I think he does have some talent, but he's just not ready to be. He's not the guy I don't think they should go with. I think there's so many other guys that are very talented that they could go with, but they want to push Roman Reigns for some reason. I do think he is decent in the ring. He's not great. There's so many people that are better than him in the ring that could carry a match than he can, but he can do some good, cool stuff in the ring. I think he sucks on the microphone. The only thing that he really's got going for him is the look, because he just doesn't have the charisma to be the guy, you know. And maybe the fact too that he's great with kids, because obviously in the business that's something that matters as well. I know, and I guess like that I knew that they were gonna push Roman Reigns, kind of like disinterested my the reason why I stopped watching wrestling. I think too all the drama that I went through. I always anytime I have gone through something, because in 2013 I had my relatives pass. I had a lot of my relatives and stuff pass away, and wrestling was there for me to help me get through that. But this time around it wasn't. You know, I don't really want to get into the drama, but I was going through so much drama and so depressed. Even wrestling wasn't helping me get through it. I literally had to hear about Titus O'Neil's suspension, and the shows were just largely sucking. And, you know, I really just didn't really care about anything. You know, I just really, I guess, too, I kind of got mad at wrestling for that. I know that kind of sounds fucked up to say, but wrestling was really just making it worse in a way, because I was so mad about the product. I think, too, maybe the drama that I was going through, I took out on wrestling. Because I had never been that mad about the wrestling product ever. So I think maybe that was it. I always try to find something positive to say, but I really just couldn't find any positives anymore. I also kind of felt like I was wasting my time watching wrestling. When they're going to do, like, when they built up this Undertaker-Shane McMahon match, and if Shane loses, if Shane wins, he gets to run Raw, and then he loses the fucking match, and he's running Raw anyways for the next few weeks, and it's like, what was the point of the fucking match to begin with? You know, clearly it was just there for Undertaker to get an opponent at WrestleMania, and if they can't even find an opponent for the Undertaker at WrestleMania, that's just a fucking disgrace. That kind of shows that this company that is really in a bad state creatively if they can't find an opponent for the fucking Undertaker. You know, it's just like, what the fuck, you know, I just got really pissed about that. Then I felt like I wasted my time watching Payback when the main event was a World Championship match between Roman Reigns and AJ Styles, and Roman Reigns had won the match, and then, like, backstage they announced that, like, they're gonna do the match again at the next pay-per-view with AJ Styles for no reason, and it just, like, was like, what the fuck's that, like... Felt like I wasted my time watching that main event in the exact same match, pretty much. So that kind of pissed me off, you know. I don't know, like, it just really wasn't appealing to me anymore. Maybe, like I said, because of all the drama I went through, it could have been what happened. I guess I could talk about some things that happened. Like, I heard about Ryback leaving the company. And I don't really blame... I actually kind of, in a way, can't really blame the guy. You know, he comes in the company... You know, as Ryback, anyways. He comes in like, 2012. He's fucking annihilating everybody left and right. Nobody could beat this guy. Gets in... You know, he's in the WWE Championship picture against CM Punk. Loses the match. And then he, like, loses, like, his next few matches, which was a joke. He turns heel for no fucking reason against John Cena, just for Cena to get an opponent for him. And then, like, fucking... He's pretty much, like, fucking nothing. He's, like, fucking a Paul Heyman guy, and then all of a sudden that doesn't work out. He's in a tag team with with Curtis Axel called like Axel, and it's just like, ugh, what the fuck is that shit? And then all of a sudden, like, he comes back as Ryback again, and they completely fuck up with his return by having, like, he comes back, too, as, like, the Feed Me More thing, and he comes back, and he's, like, fucking turning heel for no fucking reason, then just goes back to babyface, having a shit match with Kane, has a shitty Intercontinental Championship reign, and then he's fucking turning heel again for no fucking reason. He's back to getting the Goldberg chance, too, with the tights that he wears now. And he's fucking jobbing out to Kalisto on pay-per-views. It's just, the fuck's that shit? I don't even know. Like, I don't blame him for leaving. I heard the reason he left, too, because other people weren't getting equally paid, and I can't really blame him for that. I know Cody Rhodes left the company because, like, because the creative team was so bad. He didn't want to be Stardust anymore. He wanted to be, he felt like, you know, that he wanted to be himself, you know, and I don't really blame him because the Stardust thing was... I did like him as Stardust in the beginning, but then it just kind of dragged on for no reason, and, you know, he should have come back as Cody Rhodes right after his dad passed away, but, you know, and he felt like, too, he had more potential. He had so much more potential in that company. You know, like, he's in the mid-card fighting for the mid-card belts. He barely was ever featuring on TV. I can't blame him for leaving the fucking company. You know, he had so much more potential than that they were giving him, you know. He was the Intercontinental Champion for 9 months in 2011, and he was a great Intercontinental Champion, and then all of a sudden he's just fucking you know, Stardust. I don't even know. Damien Sandow. I was pissed about that, but I knew he was getting released. Damien Sandow was such a waste of talent. He was great. I loved him as Damien Sandow when he was the intellectual savior of the masses, when he was Damien Mizdow being the stunt double. I thought he was so much talented. He was so talented in the ring. And then, like, you know, they had him go through these several gimmicks where he's like Vince McMahon, then he's Shawn Michaels, then he's Bret the Hitman Hart, and then it's just like, the fuck's that? I can't believe they fucked him over that bad. Like, that's fucking stupid. Wade Barrett, such a waste of talent. You know, he's in the main event picture as the Nexus. They fuck up the whole Nexus stable. They fuck up the core, and then they fuck him up again. They just fucked him over so many times. You know, he was Bad News Barrett. Then they take that away from him so he can win King of the Ring. That way he can just lose every match. It was just, that was just so stupid. Who else got released that was such a waste of talent? Alex Riley. I actually liked Alex Riley. I thought, you know, when he came back, you know, I mean, then they want to push, like, guys like Roman Reigns. It's just, he's just not that good. Like, then everybody knows that, you know, and they want to do, like, I hear the direction they're possibly going to go is they're going to have Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and it's like, what the fuck's that? I don't want to see that match. That match is going to fucking blow. You know, like, business-wise, it makes sense because he's the next... Roman Reigns is the next guy, and if he beats the face of the company now, but it's just like... Who really wins in that situation? Roman Reigns is just going to get booed out of the fucking building still because everyone hates the guy. You know, like, these are pretty much the... You know, John Cena probably would get mildly cheered. To be honest with you, I think John Cena would get cheered. I really do. So that's bad. Like, you have Roman Reigns in the fucking main event, but you got guys like Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, fucking Baron Corbin. No, actually, Baron Corbin isn't one of them. My bad. But you got fucking, who else you got? Who that has so much talent? I don't even know. You got Samoa Joe down in NXT when you have Roman Reigns when you had Roman Reigns. Well, I should say Roman Reigns as champion. But you got like you got Kevin Owens fighting for the fucking Intercontinental Championship. What the fuck's that shit? And then they hear they want to do a brand split, and I guess that's cool, but it's like, I don't even know. I think it could be good maybe short-term wise. I can't really give too much of an opinion on that. I don't think they have the roster for it. They just, like, released a shit ton of guys, and I personally don't think they have the roster to do a brand split. And I think that could just possibly blow up in their fucking face, so it's just like, it's just fucking stupid. But anyhow, let me kind of, that's kind of what I have to say about it, you know. Maybe if I look up about all this stuff going on with wrestling, like I said, I'm just, I was just fed up with the product. That's kind of why I stopped watching for a while. But I want to kind of get back into watching again. I kind of do miss it in a way because it's just weird in a way. But I kind of want to start watching again. Maybe, you know, I don't really know how I'm going to catch up. I do want to start. I'm going to start with Extreme Rules. I think I'm going to like watch Extreme Rules, review it, watch Raw the night afterwards, watch the Raw where Cena returned, the Go Home Show of Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank itself, maybe the night afterwards or something. I haven't even decided how I'm going to really catch up yet. But let me kind of talk about Extreme Rules. I did see the pre-show. I saw it kind of like a while ago, though, so I don't even remember a lot that happened. I know Renee Young, Jerry the King Lawler, who I heard got in some trouble because he abused his wife or girlfriend, whatever it is. Yeah, it kind of sucks for him. You know, to be honest with you, I kind of can see him doing something like that just because he seems like kind of like he's a pervert anyways. With the way he acts during the Divas matches, I don't know if he acts like that storyline wise, but I think you know, he's just kind of yeah, he's just kind of but yeah, Jerry the King Lawler, he got I did watch SmackDown like a couple weeks ago. I did see that he's back now, so it's like glad that he's not in trouble or anything like that. I heard they didn't find like enough evidence for him. Corey Graves, always loved to see him on on there. I kind of forgot about him since I hadn't watched The Business in so long. And Booker T, I mean, I like him on stuff, but he's just so weird sometimes with his catchphrases and stuff. I remember like they did like an interview with Rusev they did like the social media thing where you can tweet your questions to him and he answered some questions talking about like how like Kalisto, because he's facing Kalisto for the U.S. title, which I know he wins that match, but I'm still gonna watch it anyways. And like U.S. title means nothing, by the way. I'll talk about that when I get to that match. And then like Rusev says that like Kalisto may have speeds, but he has size and he's also fast as well. He talked about how like the best thing about this country is money and all that stuff. Miz just pisses me the fuck off. I'm not a huge Miz fan and talks about stuff. The Dudley Boys talk about like how they were the ones that bought the Land of Extreme because of ECW, and when they left, ECW sucked, and this new era sucks, and then Colin Cassidy comes out and interrupts them and beats them up. I did like that, you know. And then we had Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler in a no disqualification match. I actually did like that match. The problem is with the feud is it's always the same thing where Baron Corbin just beats the crap out of Dolph Ziggler, and it's just kind of like, what is it? You know, Dolph Ziggler, I just kind of feel like should just leave the company because he's clearly not going to go anywhere in that company. You know, he's just always going to be stuck in the mid-card, which sucks for him, but that's true. And Baron Corbin won with the end of days, which I'm fine with. I think they should have him move up the ladder either as a future Intercontinental or World Heavyweight Championship opponent, which would be cool. And that's really all that happened. I did like the kickoff actually though. I liked what they did with Enzo and the Dudley Boys, and I liked what they did with I liked the match between Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. So this show's been pretty good so far. I actually kind of enjoyed it from what I've seen of it. And right now I'm about to watch a match between the Usos and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I have no clue who wins that match. It's a Tornado Tag Team match, and it makes sense that it's a Tornado Tag Team match since they've exchanged victories on each other, and they've been brawling all over the place, so it makes sense that they have like a Tornado Tag Team match where they can just do it, well, kind of like do whatever they want, so I kind of like that stipulation. I know they have like Kalisto versus Rusev for the U.S. title, and it's not an Extreme Rules stipulation, but I'm not really interested in that at all. You know, Kalisto, I think Kalisto I like him as a United States champion in a way, but it's like they just did not feature him very well. He's always been on pre-shows. They really made this belt mean nothing. They have a Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, The Miz, and Cesaro. That match I'm really interested in. I think that's going to be a hell of a matchup because you got Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens in the ring at the same time. You can't go wrong with that. And I'm not a huge Miz fan, but he can do some good stuff getting heat in the match. And what else what else matches out there? I know there's a submission match for the women's title with Ric Flair banned from ringside between Natalya and Charlotte. That looks like it's going to be a hell of a matchup. trying to think what else matches there are. There's a Ambrose Asylum match between Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. I'm really not looking forward to that match. I don't really want to see it at all. I don't even know what else there is. It's been that long. I can't think of any other matches at the moment. I think there's a WWE Tag Team Championship match between the New Day, probably Kofi Kingston and Big E, and the Vaudevillains. I really actually have enjoyed what they've done with that, where they did that whole time machine bit. I thought that was awesome. And the main event's an Extreme Rules match between Roman Reigns and AJ Styles that I kind of do want to see. I'm interested to see what they do with that. I already know what they do, but it's like, I'm interested. So yeah, I'm going to watch Extreme Rules. And after every match, I'll come back and give my thoughts, and I'll give my thoughts on it. And I kind of can't wait to see what they do with Extreme Rules, you know. I do like Extreme Rules. It's a fun stipulation type show. Obviously, you don't get, like, Extreme Rules type matches because WWE doesn't take those precautions anymore. But I'm actually looking forward to seeing Extreme Rules, see what they do. Yeah, and I want to just finally sit down and start watching it again, you know. And if I don't enjoy it, then I'll, then fuck it, you know. I'll just, say that. But so far, it's been a solid show. So let's, let me start. I'm gonna go watch it now, and after every match, I'll come back and give my thoughts on it. I don't really I don't really expect a lot of people to start watching this. To watch this video since it's outdated pretty much, but you're just gonna have to bear with me a little bit, you know. I'll try to catch up as much as I can. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you don't, then too bad, I guess. Alright, so I didn't mean for it to take this long for me to make this video. I made the first part of the video like a long time ago. I don't even know how long ago. It was before I left for Florida, but I think it was like the week before I left for Florida. It was like, I guess it wasn't as long ago as I thought, but it feels like it was so long ago. So, yeah, I finally watched Extreme Rules. Took me a while. You know, I think it's still in the process. I'm trying to stay in tune with it. I don't know why it took me so long, but it did. Damn, I haven't done this in so long. It's like I've never made a YouTube video before. But anyhow, I guess I should review the show. Before I talk about that, I want to kind of update you on what's going on, because I found out some new information about the whole Ryback and Cody Rhodes thing. And there is something I didn't say about the Ryback thing, I think initially when I reviewed the show, when I was talking about it. To be honest with you, I never cared that much for Ryback. I thought he was alright. But he was very stiff when he wrestled. And I remember he did like a powerbomb to Kevin Owens, and it looked like he almost broke his neck. He was very stiff. He was very unsafe to wrestle with, I think. And he obviously was very unsafe. He's a hell of a guy, though. I think he's a very respected guy. He seems like a really nice guy. He definitely improved on the microphone over time. But that's kind of how I feel about Ryback. Like, I definitely think the WWE missed the boat with him when he was feuding with CM Punk for the WWE Championship and all that. But in a sense, he really wasn't that talented. They were also trying to have him like do moves that didn't really suit him, like that high knee that he was just starting to do in the corner. I mean, that was just, yeah. But that's kind of how I feel about Ryback. I mean, they definitely dropped the ball with him. He could have been a star for that company, but, you know. And Cody Rhodes leaving the company, I did find out why. I found out a minor reason why. I heard, too, like, they were giving him storyline ideas for him to do. Like, he didn't want to be Stardust anymore when he was the Stardust gimmick. He wanted to be Cody Rhodes. He wanted to be himself. He wanted to drop the Stardust gimmick, but they weren't listening to him. And I heard, too, that instead they were checking out girls or something backstage instead of writing storylines. That's kind of the reason why he left. So I really don't blame the guy, because it was time to end that Stardust shit, and they continue with it anyways, you know. They should have ended that Stardust shit a long time ago, but I guess it is what it is, what they did with that. But anyhow, now that I've talked about, kind of updated you with that, let's talk about Extreme Rules. I know, I'm that far in. What I plan on doing is I plan on watching Extreme Rules Raw the next night. Then the go-home show. I think the Raw when John Cena returned. The go-home show of Raw before Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank itself. The Raw the next night. The draft show. The Raw before the draft show, and then the draft show itself, Battleground, and then Raw the next night. So yeah, I'm also going to North Carolina, so who knows when the fuck this shit's gonna happen? Because that one's gonna make it a lot fucking harder, because I'm gonna be busy down there, so it's like, you know, what the fuck is this shit, you know? But anyhow, let me kind of talk about Extreme Rules. Now, I'm not gonna go through, like, I remember how I used to do it. I would go through spot for spot about matches that had happened. Since I'm so far behind in the product, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to kind of talk about, give like a point-by-point analysis, I guess, of what I thought of the show. I already talked about the pre-show. I did like the pre-show. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I already talked about it, though, so. And we have the actual show itself. I love the I believe it was the Tornado Tag Team match that kicked off the show. It was the Usos versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. These two teams, I love the fact it was a Tornado Tag Team match. After what was going on with these two teams, they needed to have a match where they could just do whatever the hell they wanted, and they could go all out. And I thought this was the perfect match to open up the show. The match where it was just complete chaos, and anybody could do whatever the hell they wanted. And it made sense for this match to be first, since you had Roman Reigns and AJ Styles in the main event. And you kind of could build up to that match in a sense as well by talking about it. And these two guys were associated with Roman and AJ, with Gallows and Anderson being with AJ from the club, and the Usos being the bloodline of Roman Reigns. So it made sense to do this match first. And I thought this match was awesome. I don't know if I thought these two teams really killed each other. They really utilized the stipulation really well. I thought this was a really good matchup. And the right team won with the Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They needed to win because they're the new tag team. And I think what's going to happen is, I don't know if they've won the tag titles at this point, but I think what is going to happen is at SummerSlam, they should win the tag titles. I think the New Day are still the tag champs, so they should win the tag titles from the New Day. I think that's what the direction they need to go in. And then, so yeah, I love the matchup. I especially love how it was just a complete chaos. Then we had the United States title match, I believe, Rusev versus Kalisto. This title means nothing now. John Cena was holding this belt and really established it as a title that meant something last year. Then all of a sudden, a year ago, literally a year later, it means nothing. It gets jobbed out on pre-shows, and it means nothing. This title means nothing now. Now that they have the draft, I obviously don't think they're gonna get rid of it. But it's like, this title just means nothing. This matchup, though, I thought worked. I did like it. I liked what they set out to do. It wasn't like a great matchup, but I think it accomplished what he needed to do. I liked how they utilized Rusev in this match. There was an awkward spot where Kalisto did the head scissors into the steel steps. I thought that was awkward. But I liked how they utilized Rusev, and I loved when he put the accolade on Kalisto. He really got it in. I thought that looked sick, and Rusev winning, I guess it's fine. It's a little awkward, though. They really went backwards with Rusev. Like, he was in this exact same spot last year, except the only difference is he's not praising Russia and all that shit. So it's a little weird, and now they're back in the same place with Rusev and Lana. It's just really fucking weird. Next match, I believe, was the tag title match. I think it was the tag title. I don't exactly remember. I think it was the tag title match that was next, with the New Day defending the belts against Vaudevillains. The New Day cut a promo I thought was funny. They called them twos. I always loved the New Day. And then I thought this match was good. I really enjoyed it. I liked that Xavier Woods wrestled the match this time. I thought that was cool. Because normally he doesn't. He's like the manager of the group, so he normally doesn't wrestle. And I thought this was good. A little short, though. You know, since they had been building to this tag title match this long, and, you know. And what really surprised me was when Xavier Woods kicked out of the Roland Dervish. No one's ever kicked out of that move, and he was the first one ever to do that, so I thought that was awesome. And the New Day wins via interference from Kofi Kingston, which I thought was a little questionable, considering the fact that the New Day is supposed to be the faces, and they're using heel tactics to win, but it's whatever. The New Day wins. I'm fine with them winning. I would have been fine with Vaudevillains winning. You know, either team I would have been fine with. I think they're both entertaining, and, you know, it was just a good match, and that's all I could ask for. I believe the next match was the Asylum match. That was shit. Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. It's like, they pretty much ripped off a T. I don't even know if I even talked about this yet, but they ripped off a TNA pretty much by having the Lethal Lockdown match. Except they don't have the roof. They just have them the weapons hung up on cables, and the weapons that they picked were weird. You had the straitjacket that didn't get used, mind you. You had the kendo stick that did get used. You had like a mop bucket, a mop itself. What else did you have in here? I don't know. Like, it was just a joke. This match was absolute trash. It made Jericho look like a bitch, I thought, because he acted like a complete bitch in this match, and it was just terrible. The thumbtack spot was good, though. I did like it when Ambrose pulled out the thumbtack. But this match was trash. The right guy won, though, with Dean Ambrose winning. Obviously, he needs to win this match. Chris Jericho should be putting over Dean Ambrose. Kind of wish Chris Jericho could have won a match. That's the problem with Chris Jericho, is he never wins matches. So they make it look like that anybody can just beat Chris Jericho. I think that's dumb. Then I believe the next match. Let me make sure I'm not missing any matches. 'Cause I think I am. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I'm trying to go off the cups in my head, but it's like... okay, I said that match. Oh, yeah, the Fatal 4-Way match for the IC title. The match of the night, actually. I don't know how I forgot about that match. The match between The Miz, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. I think this match was the match of the night. I would say this match was the match of the night. I really enjoyed this match. I did like the main event, too, which I'll get into that. But, I love the Fatal 4-Way match. I think it wasn't the match of the night because of the finish, and I'll get into the finish in a minute. But this match was awesome. I was really looking forward to seeing this match. You have Cesaro, who can really wrestle really well. You have Kevin Owens, who's a really good wrestler. You have Sami Zayn, who's terrific. They're all terrific talents, and they all can have a match together. And you have The Miz, who's just kind of there. I mean, The Miz, he just can't wrestle a match. Like, what pisses me off, like, really this was a triple threat match between Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. And I loved how they utilized the feud with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They tied that in this match by having Sami Zayn hit the haluva kick right off the bat. And I love that. I actually love that. But what pisses me off is you have The Miz win by Sami Zayn hitting the haluva kick, and then on Cesaro, and then Owens pulls him out, and Zayn beats up Owens. And Zayn hates Owens so much, and he gets so mad at him that it allows The Miz to take advantage of it. I actually liked what they did there. Because having Sami Zayn make that mistake. What pisses me off is that The Miz won, and here's why that pisses me off. You have Kevin Owens, you have Cesaro, you have Sami Zayn, who pretty much wrestled this whole match. They pulled out all these fancy moves. They were doing, with the haluva kick, just everything. You have Cesaro doing the uppercuts in the corner, and you got the fucking Miz, and he's fucking... The only moves I believe he hit in this match was a skull-crushing finale on the floor to Kevin Owens, a skull-crushing finale to Cesaro in the ring, and you have... I think he hit like a big boot, and he hit punches and stuff, but he didn't. He pretty much just took a nap in this match, and everybody hates Roman Reigns, but no one talks about this, Like, The Miz took a fucking nap in this match. He did nothing in this match, and they put him over. And it's like, this is why I quit watching, too. You have the guys like Kevin Owens, you have guys like Cesaro, you have guys like Sami Zayn contending for the IC title, and in all reality, they should be they should be WWE. Well, Sami Zayn shouldn't be, but Cesaro and Kevin Owens should be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But you have fucking Miz as the IC champion. That just pisses me the fuck off. Because he just isn't that good. But I love the match. I love the match, though. It was amazing. And then we had the women's title match. It was the submission match between Charlotte and Natalya with Ric Flair banned from ringside if he comes out there at all. Charlotte loses the women's title. I keep forgetting that the Divas title is the women's title now because it's been the Divas title for so long, since 2010, I believe. That you would forget about that shit. This match I did like. We've seen them have matches a lot lately though, so it's kind of like, it's kind of one of those matches that that's good, but we've seen it so often, if that makes sense. And then we have the finish with Dana Brooke coming out dressed as Ric Flair, and this distracts Natalya long enough for Charlotte to lock in the not the but the figure eight, and lose them. And Natalya taps out, so I don't know what direction they're going with that, because I know Emma. I don't know if she's still injured or not, but I know she was injured at the time, so I don't know if they're going to bring back Emma and put a stable, but I'll have to watch the rest of the shows. Then we had the main event. It was the Extreme Rules match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. I thought this was the match of the night. I thought everything really clicked in this match. I would say the IC title match was the match of the night, but I thought the finish here worked. I thought everything here worked. What I did hate about this match was they acted like it didn't really happen before. They acted like the first match didn't happen. I think this was better than the first match just because of what they were able to do a little bit more. But I thought this was good. And I thought I think they should have used maybe the Extreme. In the beginning, they just kind of wrestled. I think they should have gone all in with each other. I mean, I guess you can't really say they have that tension yet. If they hadn't, I think they really, you can't really say. I don't really know if it should have been an Extreme Rules match, because I didn't really feel like they hated each other enough where they could have an Extreme Rules match. It was just kind of like they're just having an Extreme Rules match for no reason, if that makes sense. But I loved it. I thought Roman Reigns really delivered in this match. Like AJ Styles, I know can always deliver in a match, but this one I thought took two to tango. I thought Roman Reigns actually pulled his weight in this match. It wasn't just all AJ Styles. I thought Roman Reigns carried himself, and I thought AJ Styles carried himself. Like Roman Reigns, I think can really work good matches with guys that are smaller than him. He's like Kane kind of, because I've seen him have good matches with Daniel Bryan. I think he had a good match with Dolph Ziggler before. He can really deliver the goods, and I think he really should be a heel in a way, because he really can deliver the goods. He's even had a good match with Alberto Del Rio, actually, I remember, and Sheamus. So he can, like Roman Reigns, I think has talent. He's not completely untalented. He actually has talent behind him, and I love this match. I loved AJ Styles really took a shit kicking in this match with when he took the power bombs through the tables. I thought that he really took a shit kicking in this match. And obviously Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson came out there, and the Usos ran out. I don't know why they didn't just run out the whole match. I mean, I guess they, like logically, why wouldn't they come out and try to help him out the whole match? It doesn't really make any sense. Like, I mean, AJ Styles, I guess you could say, because he wants to do this on his own, but I would, if I was AJ Styles, like AJ Styles was even at the point where he was like, fuck it, so why didn't he just have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come out doing the match itself? I didn't think that made a whole lot of sense. I mean, technically you could say that, but you have to kind of look past that shit, because, technically in an Extreme Rules match, they could just do that anyways. I didn't really think they utilized as many weapons as they could have, like, they only really used a chair, and maybe, like, yeah, that's really it. They only really utilized a chair. I think they could have. I really loved it, though, when, but then the Usos got involved, and AJ Styles, I thought, looked really good. The Styles Clash, I thought, looked good. The spear that Roman Reigns hit on the outside looked awesome. And I loved it when AJ Styles really started going off on, like, the bloodline when he was beating them all up with steel chairs. I thought that was great. And then when Styles hit the Styles Clash and Reigns kicked out, and then the spear that Roman Reigns hit looked sick, and Roman Reigns wins. I was fine with it. I figured it was going to happen anyways. Roman Reigns won. I'm not really mad about it. I'm actually really not that mad about it. Would I prefer AJ Styles? Yes. But Roman Reigns, I mean, it's fine, And then afterwards, Seth Rollins comes out and he lays out Roman Reigns. I don't know if it was announced ahead of time or not, because I wasn't reading the wrestling sites or anything. But it was a really good surprise. You got a really good pop, and I thought that was awesome. I mean, I already had known it was happening, because I wasn't going to be able to avoid the spoilers. 3 months. I don't even know how long since I stopped watching, but when I did hear about it, though, I'm like, oh, Seth Rollins is back. I thought that was awesome, and he got a really good pop. And now, I heard they fucked up his return. I'm not exactly sure if that's true, so I'm not going to go based on what people are saying. I'm going to check out to see what he does in his return, but I did hear they did fuck up his return, so I will watch the rest of the shows and be the judge of that myself. But overall, I thought Extreme Rules was actually a pretty solid show. It was really good, easy to sit through. I wasn't bored or anything like that. The only time I really got bored was sitting through that Asylum match. I think that's what made me take my time watching the pay-per-view, was watching that Asylum match. It was shit. Other than that, though, I liked everything pretty much about this show. There wasn't any problems with it. I liked the booking. I didn't mind the booking of the show. I didn't mind the show. I mean, I wish Charlotte had won clean in the women's title match just to kind of show that she could win on her own, but, you know, it is what it is. But I thought this was a really pretty solid show here. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to end off this video, and in my next video, I'm going to be talking about some Monday Night Raws that happened before Money in the Bank and some other things like that, you know. I may just talk about Raw and Money in the Bank, so stay tuned for that. I don't even know, but that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I know I'm probably a little rusty because I haven't made videos in so long, so you're going to have to bear with me. I'm hoping as I get back into making videos that I can break this, what they call ring rust in the wrestling business. But I guess in this case it'd be called video rust, I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, that's pretty much it, guys, and I'll talk to you all later.